That's clever. That's cute. That's cute.
Although I actually do like the feel of it, like just holding this in my hand right now, of like having it all molded plastic or whatever. Because I remember we had a Rubik's cube, like, you know, back when we were kids. But of course, being stupid children, one, we did the thing of like moving the stickers around, and then the stickers would like fail to be on there, and then it was just a black cube after a while. And then I remember we just started tossing this thing and like broke it, like just because apparently you're not supposed to throw a Rubik's cube against the wall.
Who knew? We're following these two because we're going to assassinate Thomas Hickey. You remember Hickey, right?
Isn't he the guy that like he was like even back when they're like before we knew they were Templars?
Yeah, he was the lech. He was the lecherous pig.
Yeah. He was the guy that wouldn't stop fucking drinking and molesting the waitress. Like he.
Exactly. That's exactly the same guy. We're gonna assassinate. He's our next target.
Okay. I also was like, when I loaded up Discord, it said you were playing Avowed still, and I was like, what the fuck? I was like, stop playing Avowed. I'm ready. And
I haven't played Avowed for a hot hour. Actually, hour and a half.
Discord's kind of simple like that. Sometimes,
Discord's
I guess.
weird.
I don't know.
Of course, there was that time when Discord was just I was playing the movie Amazon Prime for like a solid month.
Yeah, I remember that.
All right, come on, keep going. Eavesdrop successful.
I want to say, like, I knew about daylight savings time, like, during the middle of last week, and then just fucking forgot all about it.
At 7 o'clock when I woke up this morning to make sure I wouldn't have that issue. Because I still have a manual alarm clock.
I mean, of the clocks in our house that we have to set manually, like I said, one, there is...
Oh, hey, it's Hickey!
Oh, hey, Tom.
What's it to you? Right. Ain't supposed to be none of your kind left. Suppose I best be rectifying that then.
Ain't supposed to be no more assassins left in this here, governor. Alright, now let's see if we can recreate the issue I have with this sequence. Let's see if we can recreate it.
Oh, man. Hope your neck's hungry. It's getting a blade for dinner.
There's another one! Grab him!
There's another one.
Yes! I did it!
You just shot him.
I did it! I did it! I recreated the issue I have with the sequence.
Okay, so it's this whole thing of like, you're supposed to assassinate this guy. No, not that fast. Like,
yeah, no, fuck this sequence.
Okay,
they might have changed because I swear to God, in the original, it said the objective was to kill Thomas Hickey. Which I thought by like, okay, I'll just reflex shot and end the fight, and like, oh, this is not an actual assassination. This is a sequence.
Again, like,
because Connor didn't think to just shoot the fucker when he was chasing him.
Because, yeah, it's like, because I mean, the whole, like, yes, it's easy to justify the whole thing of like, no, you have to do it like this because you can't.
Connor did this in the history.
You're a right fool meddling in affairs you know nothing about.
Washington's the only thing keeping the Continental Army together. You kill him, you end all hope for freedom.
Wrong, boyo. With him gone, they'll have no choice but to promote Lee, and then... You are both under arrest! Oh, well, we were just having a scrap, officer. Ain't nothing wrong with two men settling their differences the old-fashioned way. Can't we come to...
Right, isn't this where Connor goes to jail?
Yes. Which he wouldn't have, he just fucking shot the fucker.
Listen, there are more important things at stake here. This man is planning to...
Because aren't we past the point of like Connor being like, we don't have to kill all these guys, like...
Yeah, no, exactly. Because we've proven that like trying to spare them is a fool's errand.
Yeah, and Achilles basically telling he's like, no,
you have to end their lives.
Yeah, like murder those fools.
So so the fact that like I could have skipped at a very shitty jail section.
Me, sweetheart.
Story said no.
Nothing to say.
If you are here, then Washington is safe.
True. Thing is, I believe I've just been pardoned.
By General Lee.
Uh-huh.
Thank you kindly for the rescue, gents.
There can be no further mistakes, Thomas. Am I understood?
Yeah, of course.
What about the assassin?
Now we're past the point, like, Hatham probably knows about Connor by now, doesn't he?
They put him in a cell
Not yet.
next to
He just
mine.
found out, like, literally,
Guess
as we were
get
talking.
them all, eh?
Okay.
Tom's like, he told me the assassin is here.
Deal with this, Charles.
At once, sir.
What are we gonna do?
You're that boy from the Continental Congress. Adams's little lapdog. I think I have an idea. Yes. 2 birds with 1 stone.
Do tell.
All in good time. It's not like the assassin's going anywhere. For now, we should see about getting you better
And the
accommodations
fact...
What are you on about? I thought I was getting out.
here. I'm afraid you won't be leaving for a while, thanks to Benjamin Talmadge. He's been running his mouth, saying all sorts of things. You're being investigated for plotting to assassinate George Washington.
What a bunch of bollocks. I thought you was gonna handle that.
We'll discuss this
Oh.
elsewhere.
Oops. Fucker got caught.
You fucked up, Tommy.
But yeah, like, my biggest problem with this section is how easily avoidable it would have been.
Mm-hmm. And I think I feel like I would have done the same thing, like, back when I originally played
The
this.
difference is that the original time I played this, I was using a bow, not the gun. But it was the same
Right.
exact issue where, like, okay, I'm going to do the same thing I did in the sequence with Hatham, where I just shot the guy when he was doing the chase.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, Carr didn't think to do that, apparently.
Nope.
This man has otherwise been shown to be very, very smart.
Can't change history.
Didn't
Yeah,
think to shoot the fucker.
And what makes you think that?
Caught him carving something
Yeah,
in the
and
yard. Slipped it in his pocket real quick when he saw me.
again, like, I feel like
Probably just a
the way the missions were structured in this game and the objectives,
Always talking and
it
drinking
just
away
felt
from
like
trouble.
so much more of a pain in the ass than like previous games. And you know, and I could be wrong on that.
He's not so
I just remember that being one of the pain points of this, as well as, like, again, the pacing. And I mean, because, like, now we're into the shit that, like,
Yeah.
this is what I wanted to get to. I just wish we could have got here sooner.
Was just a joke.
Yeah.
Well, now we're not in the robes again.
Well, I mean, at least
Yeah, I
here
see
there's a
what you
good
mean.
reason for it. But like, he's still an assassin.
Yeah, he is
and we're
still an
gonna do-
assassin.
and we're still gonna do assassin shit. Like,
This was the point where I began to turn on the game. It was this exact moment in my original run. And it is largely because, like, I felt smarter than the game for once. And I was like, why is the game being this stupid?
and again, like, the other thing I also remember about this was, like, I don't know if you've had any other segments playing as Desmond yet.
We not since the last time we streamed.
Okay. But, like, even that last stream where you were playing as Desmond, like, that was the other thing I remember was, like, as much as I was looking forward to doing assassin missions with Desmond, they were kind of a pain in the ass.
Oh yeah, they suck. They were like, the one that we played was ass.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it gets any better.
I should try and
I don't think
but
it does.
We'll see.
If he intends to escape, perhaps he can help me.
So the mission is to not, like, one of the objectives is not to murder the prison guards.
Right, because, I mean, at this point, like, you don't really have any means of doing so.
Our fists.
Making names?
Could be.
Yeah, but you couldn't murder barehanded.
You
I
can.
need your help.
Really?
Oh,
Oh yeah.
They say you know a way out of here.
they say a lot of things.
I do not have time for games.
A shame, as I was hoping you might play one with me.
Fine.
Are you familiar with the rules?
Right, you gotta play his fucking minigame before he'll help you.
Seeing as you already know mine, what's your name?
Connor.
Pleased to meet you, Connor.
I don't know the rules of this game, so we're gonna figure them out as we go.
Yeah,
Well
and
played.
holy shit!
So,
Are you saying this game
what
introduces
brings
you
you
to
to
something and it doesn't take its time explaining it?
Accused.
Of course you have.
Seems like it.
Holy shit!
You do not believe me?
Why should I?
I'm shocked.
You have the look of a brute.
You misjudge. I'm an honest man.
And yet, also a man imprisoned. Tell me how you found yourself in this place.
It is a private matter.
As is what you ask of me.
All right.
I was trying to prevent a murder.
Oh. Anyone I know?
If I'd remembered about daylight savings, I probably would have gotten takeout.
Ha!
I would have been here sooner. Fucking Templars.
Up to this, didn't they? Thought it might be fun to have another laugh at Mason's expense.
God, now I'm just reminded of like a joke of.
To make light of something like
Doesn't
this.
really go like this, but like, imagine like having a dog, and then
George
you just name him
Washington
Templar
was
Order.
brave
That way you
beyond
can just
measure.
blame. That way you
Loyal
can
like
just
a
blame him
brother,
for stuff.
Jesus.
character, and unshakable in his convictions.
Knocked over the trash
That man
can.
is our Jupiter conservative,
Templar Order.
destined to lead us not just to freedom.
Who chewed a hole in my socks?
Anyone who says otherwise is
Templar
either a simpleton
Order.
or a traitor.
Who took a
Then you
dump in
understand
my
why I need to
shoes?
get out of here.
Templar
If I
Order.
don't help him, he is going to die.
Oh, who set us up with this capitalistic economy?
You're
The
serious,
Templar.
aren't you?
Funny enough, canonically, the Templars invented capitalism.
Very well.
That's canon to the Assassin's Creed universe. That's not a joke.
Of course they did.
See, everything hinges.
They use it
on
as a,
the
and it's a
key
control. It's the capitalism designed to
That
control the
route was
masses.
stolen.
Ah, okay.
Took me 3 months to make the thing too.
Oh
To
man.
get it
Oh,
back,
conveniently, this man's also a Washington loyalist, so he wants us to get out so we can save Washington.
Oh, okay.
Pickpocket
Like-
him. I can't just kill him?
I'll give the story this as credit, is that just because you're following what is essentially what we know as history, that does not, explicitly mean that said historical figures like George Washington or something were like, truly altruistic, they weren't.
It was funny because, like, before you were here, we had a conversation with Sam Adams. Where he was like, we need to hurry up and put out the word that the British shot first. Connor's like, but we don't really know if they did. And Samuel Adams goes, yeah, that's why we got to put it out first before the British have a chance to say that we didn't. It's like,
Okay.
wait, but isn't that like shitty thing to do? He goes, yeah, who cares?
You in the market for
Like,
And like that's an interesting conversation because like obviously that would have happened in the Revolutionary War.
gasp. They used misinformation even then?
Probably especially then.
Oh, fuck yeah, no. Like, when it was
but
way easy. It was so easy to
it's
lie
so
to people. I mean, it's
funny
really...
that like all of these like Templar assassin conversations about order and chaos and we need to take the reins of history. No, history should be free for the people. All of that is poppycock bullshit. But the interesting conversations between like Connor and Samuel Adams, Paul Revere, and the Revolutionaries, that's actually very fascinating.
Yeah. Like, yes, we know
because
these
the
guys...
question of should they have lied deliberately to fight against the worst British at the time? That is an open-ended question that does not have a concrete answer.
I mean, and especially, like...
Your key is useless.
Even
What do
today,
you mean?
It did not fit the lock.
we have people that, like,
You forged a key that does not work.
do call into
Well,
question,
that all
like,
depends on what you mean
what
by
has
work.
been traditionally taught
It'll
of,
get us
like,
out of here.
why did the
Just not the
Pilgrims
way you
leave
expected.
Europe to and
Then how?
started Thanksgiving. It's like, well, they were facing religious persecution, and they wanted to practice their religion free in the new world, and it's like,
But what about the people who were already
what if
here?
that's bullshit?
He won't.
And what about those who were already here?
That's why we're targeting.
Fuck them.
How do I reach
Apparently.
the warden?
You know, like
it's okay.
Connor.
This next part, you may
Uh-huh.
not like.
Oh, as if I've liked the others.
No, it's
I'll put
okay. We
You need
got
to pick a
Thanksgiving
fight.
out of it. It's okay.
What?
It's okay.
Pick a
It's
fight, and they'll throw you in the pit.
And how in the world does this help us?
The warden oversees the pit. Getting sent there is the only way to reach him.
Give
the
you
pit.
credit. You've given this plan to risk my life a great deal of thought.
Take down as many as you can. 1 or 2 will only serve to entertain the guards. You need to make them angry. We all have our part to play. Try not to die.
Yeah, pick a fight to get thrown into the worst part of the prison, I guess. Means
It do be like that. It do be like that. Gosh, Rubik's Cubes today, man. Like, even if I never solve this fucking thing, there's something really satisfying of just like moving it and just like the way you just this thing slides. It's just satisfying. Like, ugh. Shout out to Rubik's Cubes.
they are fun little clicking noises. Oh, I guess we
yeah.
pissed the guards off enough.
Oh, you did it.
See yourself a troublemaker, eh? Some time in the pit.
Probably
It
more
also
so
feels
being,
weird
you know,
that Washington or Adams wouldn't pull rank on these guys.
yeah,
When
it's
when Charles Lee would.
I guess the only argument you could make is they don't know Connor's locked up.
I guess, although Achilles would probably at least be able to put the word out.
Yeah, but the story demands you go through this, though.
Pretty much.
I mean, sometimes you can defend contrivances.
This is a pretty bad
know,
one,
yeah.
though.
Also, seeing his finger go through his hand, like, hey, I know video games are hard. But...
It's fine. It's video game physics. I don't mind.
Yeah. That's the least of this game's problems.
Take care not
Sincerely.
to raise the alarm.
Yeah, I mean, and I'll say this, like, having played through games that came after
You'll
this,
find hidden through that door. It's where they keep
a
the
few of
important
which
prisoners.
I did
Nicer
this year,
rooms, more space, those sorts of things.
going through Unity
It seems even in
and
prison,
Syndicate,
who you know makes all the
like, it was
difference.
very clear that
Thank you, Mason. for
they
everything.
learned
I
lessons,
will
like,
find
they
a way to repay
learned
the favor when my
how
work
to
here is
make
finished.
these games better, like, and what not to do with stuff, like,
Yeah.
and that's not to say that Syndicate or Unity didn't have any frustrating missions that I was restarting checkpoints over and over again. But
I just ran past the guard.
I just saw that.
Didn't even detect me.
Kind of went halfway through the stairs before the game realized, oh, you're on stairs.
That's not Hickey.
Uh-oh.
Not who you was expecting. Am I right?
What have we here? I thought we'd finished off your kind.
You would like that, wouldn't you? To rid the world of all who do not share your views.
Guilty as charged. Your meddling in the revolution has caused us no small measure of
So
grief.
Charles Lee
It
admits he's a
cannot
fascist.
continue.
Yeah.
Our work is too important. But what would you know beyond all the lies Achilles feeds you and the tales you tell yourself?
I know that the people wish to be free, and that men like Washington fight to make it so.
Yeah, Charles Lee, like, he looks again, like in the opening sequence, it's like he looked like he was cleaned up, but like now they
He looks
like
a little more disheveled.
like he looks like he does not groom. Like that's like he doesn't like. Haytham's still a fucking.
The problem is that Washington's just not as good as Charles Lee is.
First we bind you.
Oh,
we bring
he's
you
not,
to your
huh?
cell. Then tomorrow, you go before the court, accused of plotting
I think
to
Washington
kill good old
gives a shit
George.
about how he looks in the morning, though.
Maybe we could pin the murder of the warden on you too. You did kill him after all. And who wouldn't take the word of Charlie over here? Once that's all squared away, well then.
All those years ago, the child
Yeah.
in the forest was you.
I said I would find you.
And so you have.
But not quite as you had expected, am I right?
You know all of this.
It's
might
kind of
have been
funny he's able to
before
recognize him
the
so
gun
easily,
was
but
He recognized him because he held Connor
What's done
in the
is
same
done.
grip
right.
when they first met, choking him up against a tree at the time, but similarly a wooden structure. And to think, if I had just shot Thomas Hickey
Yeah,
in the chase, none of this would have happened.
You'd be amazed how many problems a bullet can solve.
Especially in this period.
Ooh.
Up with you! I said get up!
It's also annoying because, like, Connor can take these fools
Yeah.
without weapons.
Yeah.
I know he can. I've seen him do it.
But story, though. Yeah, also realizing the fact I've got at least 3 different clocks that are manually set. One on my
woof.
one that sits. There's one on my. There's the clock I told you about earlier. There's our stove, and our microwave.
Oh yeah, my mom handles those in my house, so I don't think about those.
And I'm sure there's some motherfucker who'd be out there. It's like, oh, you can buy a smart microwave. I was like, no, I don't want to. I don't want.
I don't want a smart toaster, let alone
No,
a
I don't want a smart
microwave.
appliance. I want one that's dumb as shit and hasn't finished high school. Okay,
Just do the fucking job. I don't need you to let me know how many drinks from my fridge.
Like, I find it amazing that, like, there are people who love the sound, the idea of,
Hello,
like,
Didn't
imagine
think
if
I'd
your
miss your
fridge
going
could
away
tell you how
party,
much
did
milk you have left. I was like, no.
Oh look,
wishes
Thomas
himself
Hickey's
to
going to
be in
officiate our
attendance.
execution.
Hope nothing bad happens
Oh.
to him.
You said there.
I'm sure that won't go badly for him.
Oh, no trial for traitors, I'm afraid. Lee and Haytham sorted that. It's straight to the gallows for you.
I will not die today. The same cannot be said for you.
That's enough. Keep moving.
Walk to the gallows.
Something else I have also kind of realized about Assassin's Creed now, this would be explored further after this game, but, well, and I think they do mention it even in entries between the first game and this one, of that, the fact that the precursor race, the Isu, they're the ones that created humans.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Humans were a slave race designed by the Isu.
yes. So canonically this game basically says, yeah, there is no God, and you weren't created by like divine beings, you were created by a precursor race. It's like, huh? And I'm sure some people would try to argue, it's like, oh, but who created the Isu? And it's like,
Forget about me.
motherfucker. The game, no, the game says atheism, okay? Especially when they make the Pope one of the bad guys.
Oh, okay. While we were in jail, Achilles arranged the Brotherhood contacts to just assassinate Hickey in the middle of the execution.
So they knew.
They knew. They were arranging everything in the background.
Yeah. So
Brothers,
they need. It's like they could have gone after Connor, but
But why
it
not
would've been
kill
better.
Charles Lee since he's also just right here?
so dastardly that even repeating it now disturbs my being. The man before you plotted to murder our much beloved general.
I'd have to look up like,
See, look, there's assassins in the background killing the guards in the roofs.
Darkness or
which
madness
is
rooted in
nice. I
unfenced
like
faith.
It's a
that.
cool little detail to show that in the
No
shot.
defense,
Yes,
showed no
like-
remorse.
It's great.
And though we have begged and pleaded with him to
Yeah, now I'm
share
curious
what
to
he
look up
knows,
like who Charles Lee was like as a
maintained
historical
The
figure.
general in the Revolutionary Army.
if the man will not explain himself,
Huh.
if
Just
he will
not commander-in-chief
confess
that he
and
wanted to
atone,
be.
what other option do we have but this?
Oh, boo-hoo.
He sought to send us into the arms of the enemy.
Or
And thus we are
Charlie.
compelled by justice to send him from this world. May God have mercy
He could be
on your
Charlie
soul.
Lee.
He could be.
Oh man.
Need to stop, Hickey. Go!
He's got the hatchet.
I could have been Commander-in-Chief, but nobody wants Commander-in-Chief Charlie. I don't know why that came to mind. Like I was just randomly thinking of the name Charlie and just reminded of the fucking Island of Misfit Toys from the stop-motion Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer special that everyone knows. And if you tell me you don't know it, I'm gonna fucking...
I was focused on assassinating Charles Hickey. I missed what you said.
I was doing a bit of like thinking of the name Charlie, and then just being reminded of like Charlie, a Charlie. Yeah, he was the Charlie in the box.
Oh, he was the Charlie Chocolate Factory, yes.
Well, no, but like Charlie, the Charlie in the box from the Island of Misfit Toys.
Oh, it's been a
Rudolph
while
Red-Nosed-
since I've watched that movie.
Yeah, but like the stop motion special that everyone knows.
They has the power. That's the reason I threw him with him. That's the only reason.
Fun fact, that Rudolph the Reindeer special was originally like basically made as like an advertisement.
Hickey is just saying that the reason he joined Templar is because they had money and women.
Which makes sense for him, considering like
He
even
doesn't
in the
give a
opening,
shit about the order and all that. He just wants money and women.
Make their plans
Yeah,
and
no, like all he did was drink. Like
don't bother me none.
he just fucking drank and
They paid
fucking
me, so I said yes.
molested the
Didn't
waitress
bother
and
who or how or why. Didn't care.
You chose to side
no, he
with
seemed
men
like
who
he was a
would
piece of
rob us
shit.
our
Like even
humanity simply
before
because
we
it was
knew,
more
oh no,
profitable.
Templars.
What else is there? I'm not some blind fool who give up all I've got on principle. What is principle anyway? Can you bring it to the bank?
What is principle anyway? Can you bring it to the bank?
We're different, you and I. You're just some blind fool who's always chasing butterflies. Whereas I'm the type of guy who likes to have
Wow,
a beer
somebody
in my
saying
hand
we're different
and a
instead of
tea
we're
in
the
the
same,
other.
you and I.
Thing
Which-
is, boy,
You're
wanna
chasing
say-
dreams.
Okay,
I just want a
think.
beer and
How do you
and
even-
boobs. That's all I want.
you,
Yeah,
your hands will always be empty.
the most straightforward motive out of any character in this.
I just wanted the money and the women.
God, I think it was Syndicate that there was some character trying to say we are the same, you and I, and it's like,
said, lower your goddamn
look,
gun.
no.
Oh, the general can be so stubborn sometimes. Piffle, he said, when we warned him something like this would happen. Piffle!
Israel Putnam.
Stop.
Yes.
He wanted to kill the commander. Nearly killed you as well. He was a scoundrel.
But still a man.
You're nothing if not consistent.
Where is Washington? I need to speak with him.
Bundled up as soon as your execution went sideways. He's likely on his way back
Like,
to Philadelphia.
he's still a
by now.
man, and it's like
so
he's
am I.
fucking dead.
Something wrong?
Fuck this guy.
He is still in danger. Hickey did not
Also,
act
he's a
alone.
scumbag.
Yeah. Although Connor is saying, like, you know, even if he was a piece of shit, he does deserve dignity in death. That's kind of like the assassin thing, and it's been that way since the first game, so that's not new.
Like, also, it just reminds me, I don't know why in Syndicate they still use the phrase Requiescat in Pace, and it's like...
Because Ezio is a very popular character.